Hello guys, welcome to my channel. With this video, I'm just pretty much going to build a car for a specific race, and the car I've chosen is a Lexus RC F14. Like I said, I already went ahead and I bought some of the parts that I already wanted on there. So I'm just gonna show you what my setup looks like. Then I'll show you the parts that I've gone ahead and installed on there. Like I said, this video is pretty much just to do things based on whichever track you're running on. So whether you're running front wheel drive or front engine rear wheel drive or mid engine rear wheel drive or full front wheel. But for this video, I'm just going to focus on front, engine at the front, drive wheels at the back. So what I have gone ahead and done is so I've reduced my body height. So the stock, what it comes from factory within the game that it comes with is the body height is 100 and 135 in the rear. I just dropped the rear, just to 130, just 5, not anything too crazy. And so I don't want to drop the front end too much because then that would create a bit of oversteer, which as I said, I'm just pretty much going to lay out what is already preset there. If you hit box on your controller or on your steering wheel setup like me using the Logitech G29. And for the anti-roll bar, I just went ahead and I've set my front to 6 and my rear to 5. And for my dampening ratio, I've gone and I've reduced it just a little bit. So I just set both front and rear to 25, and I've allowed the dampener just to have a bit of travel. So I just put the expansion at 40 on both, and for the frequency for the spring rate, because that's what it really is, the natural frequency for the spring rate for each vehicle to see how much it handles. So I just went ahead and set the front to 2.0 megahertz, sorry, and I put the rear at 2.1. And for my negative camber angle, I've gone ahead and I've set the front to 1, and I've set the rear to 1.5. And for the towing angle, that's a little bit different. You might wonder, oh, you're a rear wheel drive car, you have your toe in the front out and you toe in the rear in. I just wanted to get less understeer when I'm taking in a corner, and I just wanted the rear to be it does give me a little bit more propel into a straight line. So I just went ahead and I set those. So those are the figures I had for the suspension so far. I ran the fully customized suspension. That one works. You can do all of it. And for my differential gear, I've went fully customized, even though I have the two and I have all of them available. So for my rear initial torque, I set that to the lowest figure, is at 5. And for my acceleration sensitivity, I brought it down just so when I'm accelerating out of a corner, even though I have my steering pointed, I don't kick the rear out or I get like a snap oversteer while I'm doing so. And my braking sensitivity, I just brought it up. So I brought it to 40. But, it does wear on your brakes, but it's in the game. So hopefully it gives you like an advantage. And I haven't had anything on my downforce because I haven't installed a spoiler. It's just pretty much stock, as you can see. Eventually you'll see it at some later videos when I do run online, when I customize it and whatnot. And for my ECU, I just went full control computer, back to 100%. Who doesn't like power, right? And for my my ballast, now this one was very tricky to really work around, but it took some time to get used to, because then I did the weight reduction on this vehicle. However, added back 100 pounds on there, just to position it mostly at the rear, because naturally you don't see a front engine rear wheel drive car with a lot of weight over the rear wheels, so it gives it that what they call it, that tail happiness, so to speak. And for my transmission, I just went to a close ratio high. It just gives me a little bit more up top. I don't think this car is lacking too much down low in the power range, so I think it should be a pretty good setup. And like I said, I don't have any nitrous on there. car, you cannot equip a turbocharger on this vehicle. Like I said, I just went naturally aspirated just for something a little bit different, you know, just to go forward. And on here I have the racing air filter, racing muffler. I didn't put the racing exhaust manifold on there. I didn't think I needed it. But one of the things that are important too, what I believe is important, is your brake balance. So I set mine more rear bias just so that it doesn't lock up my front wheels too much while I'm trying to turn, so I get like that little wiggle room in order to, you know, to snap right into a corner and not too worried if the back end, if it does kick out, which I think it will. I mean, it's a rear-wheel drive car. I will be able to snap the steering back and have it back in a straight line. And like I said, I haven't done anything much. These are all the only things I've installed on there. Like, as you go in, it will definitely tell you that these ones right here, like the bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, all these are non-reversible until you purchase like a brand new engine in this game. So those customizations are permanent, but these ones here are not so much. They're adjustable. You could go through and make your make it adjustable so that so that, you know, you can see how you like it, you know, how, you know, it gives you more advantage depending on what track you're running. I mean, I wouldn't drive this car on a track that has a lot of chicanes or a lot of turns. I'm more of an all-wheel drive kind of guy, you know, so that's my bias to the all-wheel drive platform altogether. But as it pertains to like the parts that I've purchased on here, or the things that I've got, which I'm pretty sure you've seen all of them, but I'm just gonna go over it just one more time. Okay, so for it, I just did the weight reduction. You know, it comes naturally with the sports hard on the sports. Now I'm on the club sports. The only thing I purchased was the one-way and the two-way LSD and the close ratio transmission, and also power restrictor, ballast, and like I said, I did just the weight reduction all the way to stage 3. Semi-racing, I just did the customizable computer, as I was showing you, that the turbochargers and the superchargers, they're not applicable. You can't put them on there. And I just did a fully customizable LSD, you know, while it goes. And like I said, did that. And then on the racing, I didn't grab too much. I grabbed the racing air filter, the muffler. I probably should get the racing manifold, which I'll get at some time later on. And I did the brake balance controller, fully customizable suspension, and the racing clutch and flywheel. I did have the fully customizable racing transmission. It's like it gives you that sequential transmission, you know, that you use on a drag strip, which is pretty good. You can back through the gears like that in real life if you've ever done any real track racing, which I had, you know, a few, you know, races here and there under my belt, nothing too major. I did went ahead and I bought racing mediums, racing soft. I prefer using, as a preference, I prefer using racing mediums and soft versus using racing hard. I think it depends on the strategy or how many laps my friends and I are trying to run, or when I do go online. It all depends on what track I'm running. We do run the Nürburgring quite a lot. It's a very challenging track. You gotta appreciate every bit of it. You see every mistake when you make it. I think it's a perfect track for those who want to put themselves on a real challenge. And for the extreme, under the extreme category, I just went with the carbon ceramic brake kit. It doesn't seem like much, but within the game, it does kind of help. And it's one of the beauty of getting like the steering wheel simulator setup. It reacts to, you know, things that you see or feel in real life on a racetrack. So I was pretty stoked when the GT7 came out. Like I said, I'm new to the game. I've never played it. I got like recommendations from friends. They'll say, yeah, it's a pretty good game. If you like Need for Speed, which I do, you'd like this a little bit more, just because it, you know, takes more of a real feel and put it in a game, which is phenomenal by the way. It really is. So that's all I had for this vehicle. I could do more, as you've seen, but I think you guys would like it. You know, I think it handles well. I mean, if you do have a controller, I can't guarantee the same experience, so to speak. So I don't want to sell the wrong thing on the wrong image. But if you do have a steering wheel setup, I think it would work quite well. All right, so This is the track that I've done it on. you do find this information informative and it does help you out during the game, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will be dropping a little bit more videos on Wednesdays as my work gives me a little bit of free time to do so. But like I said, I do like playing the game. I just have been caught up with work, so I didn't get a chance to really progress a little bit more. But by the next video, I should complete this. It's not that challenging to me, I believe. So yeah.